Hello, everyone. You're listening to the Lowe Show right here on YouTube.com. I'm Kim Lowe, and I am an astrologer, Chinese and Western. We're going to be talking about Western astrology today, and we're going to be talking about the on July 16th, the full moon partial lunar eclipse coming up. It's at Capricorn at 24 degrees. If you do not have your natal chart, you do not know where Capricorn at 24 degrees is in your astrology chart, please go to my website, kimlowe.com, and request a free natal chart. I am running specials to explain all of that to you in a session. You know, these eclipses, they're very powerful this particular time around. And this particular Capricorn full moon partial lunar eclipse is going to be effective for the next 6 months. The changes that are going to be taking place, because all of the outer planets are in retrograde right now, are really going to be consolidated, compressed, expressed in a more internal way, that perhaps by December 2nd it's really going to come out in the direction that you can really see major results. And I just want to be the first one to say that I would love to introduce you to your natal chart and to show you where those planets are now in your lifetime, and how you can really use their best energy towards your particular goals that you want to manifest for yourself. So on July 16th, 2019, we're having this full moon partial lunar eclipse. And at 24 degrees, we've got 22, 23, 24, 25 in our swing, in our orb. Any planets that you have on your chart at those particular degrees is really going to impact and really going to flavor this particular eclipse very personally just for you. This particular eclipse is the polar axis. It's the other end of the eclipse that began July 2nd in Cancer, because Cancer and Capricorn on our charts are directly opposite. So they really give a nice where we're going, what we need to tie up to really get us there. So it's kind of one of those things. It works. It's teamwork. It's our origin, and then it's also our shadow integrating into our particular inspiration so that we can go ahead on our timeline. Alrighty, we've got Aries. You know, Aries, I gotta tell you, you've been doing some rethinking, refiguring. You've also may have been a little bit accident prone lately. I want to say that you're going to be getting right around this eclipse time some very sudden news. This has to do with either someone that works around you, or that perhaps you're working for, or perhaps your loved one is working around or working for. And I feel like there's an urgency to kind of, you know, deal with this news. Now, whether it's a departure or whether there's some type of news that it's going to surprise you, it's going to come out of left field. And I feel like this urgency, you're going to feel like you need to go to HR and either replace this person right away, or you're going to try to help someone fit that particular gap, or really kind of balance out the result of this surprising news. And I have to say that what if you could just slow down a little bit and know that the perfect person for this is going to come into your life, and that's going to happen after the second new moon on July 31st in Leo. So by the time we get to August 1st, that person is going to show up. It's going to just come in just like it's, you know, this person is going to be treated just like family, or very much comfortable in your inner circle, and really really going to have all the qualifications that you're going to need, and also going to give you a new perspective like never before to really help you with those money concerns that, as you well know, have been lingering kind of in the background for you. So never fear, but just don't act impulsively. Even though perhaps there could be a conversation that, maybe a little bit argumentative, don't be rash. All right, take a deep breath, count to 10, and know that in August this is going to look so much more organized and better and on solid footing for you. Okay, for Taurus, you know what? You hate change. I know you do. It's one of those fearful things in your life, but change is going to be what's happening. And you're really a homebody too, but somebody is going to, kind of give you an inspiration or convince you finally to take that trip, to get out and to move and to change things around, even change your image a little bit too. Change your belief system, what you really believe, or what you've been taught since you were very, very young. Something's going to come to light that you never considered, or perhaps you just didn't connect the dots in that particular way to lead you to a whole new awakening in your spiritual world. This is really going to add to your foundation like never before. So if I were you, I would have an open mind on travel, and this also is going to give you a little bit of a sense of maybe import-export, considering in your business as well. This is something perhaps you've never tried, or you've never thought it was going to be part of your repertoire, but yes, it's going to be. So Taurus, have fun with the change, okay? It is really going to bring you a financial opportunity. Okay. Alrighty, Gemini. This really kind of gives you one of those awakenings about perhaps a loan, or perhaps a settlement, or if you've been maybe applying papers for a lawsuit, or perhaps you had some type of investment that was supposed to pay off, yet it's been dragging. This is going to shed some light on the people that were involved with this. Something is coming that you didn't expect, you didn't realize, but I feel like it's really going to help put that piece of the puzzle in line for you, so that you can go ahead and collect, or this will bring a culmination of that particular lawsuit, or that particular investment opportunity, or perhaps that particular financial partnership, to where you are going to be coming out on top. All right. We've got Cancer. You just had the eclipse, and you've just come to the realization that change is coming, transformation in a wonderful way. A lot of doors are opening for you that I'm very, very happy about. I'm also very happy that your particular partner is going to be finally voicing perhaps some subconscious things that maybe they're not too happy about, or maybe they'd like to see that done in another way. Perhaps you've been the leader, or you've been kind of saying, this is the itinerary, and now your partner is going to say, well, you know what, I really need to feel a part of this partnership as well, and here are my ideas. And I see that, compromise is key here, and, love conquers all. But you're going to have these little examinations, these little quizzes, these little tests that are going to come up for you. Really, it's not something that's there to absolutely tip over the rowboat. What's really there is a subconscious voice that is bringing up to the surface to make you even better. And I do think that in the long run, or in the underlying factor, does concern money. So there could be about how money is handled in the partnership, how it's going to be handled in the partnership, if there's any new ideas or new investments. I do feel like Cancers, you may be called upon to perhaps help your partner in some way, shape, or form. So bring out the compassion headlights and really take a listen and get it down on paper exactly how your partnership can run just a little bit more smoothly. Okay, Leos, I think that something's coming up with this particular eclipse on rearranging work duties, or perhaps rearranging something with your health as well, because you're having this happen in the sixth house. So it could be that something has been brought to light about the amount of time that you are putting in. This particular moon is also going to have Saturn involved with it, Pluto involved with it. So it's got to be some type of a deep transformation about how you are allocating your time. And you have felt throughout, probably the last, I want to say 16 months, this needs to happen. So you're getting a sense of, yes, this is exactly what needs to happen. I'm almost thrilled by this particular change, or this opportunity to be shown how you can make this change happen. Now, if it has something to do with your health or your diet, or perhaps the health of a loved one or your family or your children, this is going to give you the insight on to get really serious with those particular symptoms, or to get really serious about the diet, about the health. If something has come to light that you yourself needs to perhaps transform the way you relate to the physical self, this is the time to do so. Because Capricorn, it's a step-by-step process with them. So you don't think you've got to change overnight. But I do want to say I'm very excited about that wonderful new moon in Leo on July 31st. So whatever comes up for you, know that you are definitely going to implement this at a deep level so that you can change with the times. And it's really going to have the backing of the cosmos and the universe for you to give you a better life. Okay. Alrighty. We've got Virgo. Virgo, something's coming, something surprise. So you're getting surprise news, or perhaps you're being surprised by news of maybe an addition to the family, or perhaps you're finding out about, something either to do with a child, or perhaps you're getting the surprising news that you're with child. But I feel like, this particular chakra, which is the second chakra, it is orange in color, and it's one of the creative centers of your particular energy grid. It could be good news, surprising news, that someone's going to be backing your creative project, or perhaps there's some news about this particular project that maybe there's a project involved and one person is leaving or being redirected, and you get to step up to the plate and head the project. Because I really feel like there's going to be a very surprising turn of events, and I think that you're going to like it. You're a fellow earth sign with Capricorn, so I see some money coming to you as well. Virgos, hang in there, and just let the chips fall where they may. I really feel like August, and of course your birthday month is the end of August, beginning in September, and I think you're going to have some surprising new opportunities coming your way. Okay, we've got Libra. Libra, you're wondering what's going on with the home situation. I wanted to do this and that to the home. I wanted to perhaps acquire a new home, have a transaction, redo my home, help someone else. If you are in the reno business or real estate, Libras, this is your year to kind of observe what's going on. You're going to just knock it out of the park next year in 2020. But at this particular eclipse, it's going to show you something within the home, what your home is valued by, or perhaps you thought it was valued at a little bit more. So the fourth house for you rules your home. You may want to say, hey, if I did this first, I will be able to have money to do this next, as far as maybe renovating or redecorating or whatever you would like to do within the home. Also, there could be some surprising news with a visit from a dad, father figure. It could be something to do also, Capricorns ruled by Saturn, which is the father figure. It's also ruled by discipline. So you may be learning that you need to do some step-by-step work as far as what to do within the home, or also your father may be influencing you. And if your father has passed on the other side, may be working on your behalf to honor your wishes as you are going forward for that. Scorpio, you know what? You're getting pretty intense here because you've got a build up right before, this eclipse is going to be happening. And you've also got Pluto, your ruling planet, which is conjunct the full moon. Something's going to be brought to light, and I want to say it has something to do with either a conversation or a misguided social media text, or perhaps you had an intention in one way, and someone from your past, you're going to see this come back up into your life with an explosive kind of engaged conversation. With all of your privacy and with all of your kind of wanting to play this close to your heart, I feel like this is going to really be played out on a bigger bigger than you want it to be. So whatever this conversation was, whatever happened in this communication from the past, has to do with someone from the past. And since this is a lunar eclipse, I feel like it's very female oriented. I feel like you're going to get a brand new perspective as to exactly what happened here. Something has been hidden from you, a piece of this particular communication. I also feel like you're going to have an opportunity maybe to take some short trips, maybe some weekenders would be great. And this is also going to help you see yourself in a different way. It's food for your soul to kind of get away and let everything drop on your desk and say, okay, I'm going to a lake. I'm going by the water. I'm going somewhere. Capricorn really loves the mountains, so you may see yourself going to the mountains on a quick trip. That might be something in store for you as well. It's going to be life-changing, okay? I just want you to be very safe when you're doing any kind of travel, or and make sure that you just check in with everybody so everybody knows where you are and how you can get a hold of everybody, because communication is key. If you have siblings or cousins or aunts or uncles, you're going to be hearing from them. Some surprising news as well is going to be coming from that direction. I feel like it's good news. I feel like it's going to be, wow, that's really awesome. Or perhaps they're just phoning you to say, hey, I've got this chance to come and say hi and have a little visit. Is it okay if I come in and take one of your extra bedrooms or your couch or something fun like that? So it could be a surprise visit from one of those. Sagittarius, Sag, you've got that weekend building right up to this particular eclipse. And I feel like, Sag, they've been maybe not talk. Sages are great talkers. They're great storytellers. They contain the wisdom of the old ways. And these particular wise ones, these Saggies, they have not been talking about the discomfort in the financial situation in that part of their chart. This is going to be a conversation to be had. I would really like it if the Sagittarians would watch the words that are chosen for this conversation, because a lot of feelings are going to come up about your self-value. Are you being paid enough? Are you honoring your financial responsibilities? Are you balancing out your gains versus debt, so to speak. And there are step-by-step processes that you're going to take a look at. And I feel like since this is your sign, you know, right next to Capricorn, these are going to have really good results for you. I really like it because Jupiter is sending such sweet kisses to Mars. So, you know, I feel like any actions that you're going to be taking to resolve your financial step-by-step betterment is going to be perfect for you. Okay. Capricorn, Capricorn, Capricorn. It's all about you, isn't it? You know, they didn't believe you, but you knew it. You stuck to your guns, and here you are. You've got a chance to show them, okay? You've got a chance to say, hey, I am not just about materialistic things. I'm putting that spiritual piece together. Know that Capricorns are very old souls when they come into the planet, and the longer they live, the younger they become. So for you, it's all about, look, you know, work, 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 work. I also have to have the spiritual piece in place for a sacred space, for a sacred partnership, for a sacred business, because that's the frequency the collective conscious is now going to be operating on. Also, how are you using your power? Are you manipulating? No, you're just doing the best you can, right? Well, be careful about how you are being perceived, because this particular eclipse is going to uncover perhaps a part of you that has been waiting in the wings to come up and really present you in a whole different light. If your partner has perhaps something coming up for them, whether it is some kind of a challenge, whether it is a health challenge, a work challenge, or perhaps dealing with children, or perhaps dealing with outer family as well. You are going to be there, and you are going to be very supportive of this, and you are going to, if needed, lend some financial assistance. So your partner, you want your partner to have an easier way, and you are also wanting to what I call close up some details that perhaps your coworkers, or perhaps your team underneath you, or perhaps your CEO has left hanging. You're going to take on that responsibility. Just make sure that you know that you're the only one that can do it, and have fun with it, okay? Because the responsibility is going to be falling on your shoulders. Also, new responsibilities are going to be falling wherever Capricorn is located in your particular natal chart as well. Okay, Aquarius. Aquarians, you know, you may have a realization coming up for you as far as perhaps why the intimacy is a hard factor for you, why you have trouble committing, why you also are not honoring the I want to say your ESP, your gut feelings. You've always been more intellectual. You've always felt as though you didn't fit in because you could figure things out pretty quickly, and because you felt as if, you know, you were the one in the room that really knew what was going on. But now you are going to really open up both sides of your brain. They're going to be working together. So you are going to be having your intuition, you're going to be having your intellect. They're not going to be arguing anymore. They're going to be weaving in and out with each other. So it's not going to be a standoff battle anymore. I feel like you're integrating both sides of your particular polarization, how you figure, how you analyze. And this particular spiritual piece is going to be showing up bit by bit by bit. And I also feel as though this is something, a lot of times, we feel subconscious things and we just ignore them as soon as we're of a conscious nature or we're awake. I feel like there's a lot of subconscious things that you have had in the past that have supplied blockages to where you really want to be as far as partnership in your business and also in your personal life. So these particular things are all going to be bubbling up. They might do it a little bit explosively, or you might be provoked, but they're coming up for you for a particular reason. You may have sleepless nights. You may be walking around. Be careful of your ankles and your feet. Wear very comfortable yet practical shoes right now. And I feel like a dream journal is something that would probably come in very, very handy so that you can make sense of all of the codes that you're going to be receiving during this particular eclipse. Pisces, I feel like you're going to get a call from someone. Maybe it's something to do, I want to be very specific here, because I feel like it has something to do with, hey, this isn't working. Whether it is a computer program or something you put out on social media, or perhaps it's your washing machine or your car, you're going to get a call like, hey, this particular machinery is not working. What am I going to do? Like, it's like a help call. So I feel like it has to do with either family, friends, but it's going to be affecting a lot of people and the way business is coming to you, the way you get your funds. So I feel like, this is also, Mercury is in retrograde. Things break down all the time. You may notice it a little bit more than everybody else. So just make sure that everything is running in complete order. If you're due for an oil change, get that out of the way. New tires, especially for the car. Also, make sure you have your phone on you. I just feel like you are very vulnerable for losing something like that. I see that you are kind of head in the clouds, getting to the bank, not having your receipts or not having your check or not having your debit card on you for a particular deposit or for a particular purchase somewhere. I see that you could be out for dinner, having such a great time, walk right out and leave your credit card behind. These are the kinds of things that happen all the time. I also feel like there is a new idea coming from one of your friends, and it's going to really boost social media and the value of you, yourself, and you to those who can be reached, who can love you even more. That's the wrap up for this particular eclipse. I'm Kim Lowe. Make sure you like, you share, and subscribe. And if you'd like to know more about me or book a session with me, go to Lowe.com and book a session. Take advantage of the specials that I'm running too for July. Until next time, may the angels protect you and guide you. Enjoy the eclipse, everyone.